Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. Last time, well, the big old duel with Louis went about as well as we could have possibly hoped. We spanked him but good. Unfortunately, he pulled the reverse Uno card on us by revealing that Eldens are humans. Well, more likely, humans are Eldens mutated by Magla and probably Melancholia. Oh, and then on top of that, the prince is dead. Or sort of. Yeah, it turns out we were the prince all along. Sort of. We were his soul in a Magla body. And we gave ourselves away to restore the prince. So yes, we are now the prince as well as ourselves. So just wild things all around today. That's all this was. Whew.
Now what am I to do?
Now, sir, you selling anything actually interesting? HP, and cure-alls, huh? Ooh. I wouldn't mind a half-decent sword there, sir. It is significantly... I just want to make sure everyone's, doesn't need, a significant power boost. Like, say, Yufa.
How nice.
Thank you. She was kind of desperate there. All right. I believe this is the door we want. Yes. The Altar of Secret History. This just sounds like a lovely place to be. Listen to Old Hermitus Grudge. Oh, I see murals. I see lots of murals. Come on, talk, girl. Preferably voiced.
Does this depict the Elder tribe?
Mm-hmm.
Elder comes from an ancient word, meaning only the old ones. It was an alias given by our ancestors to outsiders who visited the village in the distant past. As for our original name, you know it well by now. We were humans.
There we are.
The human tribe. So Luis's words.
Mm-hmm.
There is no human tribe. Tribes, as we know them today, did not exist then. We were all one people. Humankind.
Uh-huh. Yep, ancient world.
A world united. But wait, the ruins on Virga Island. There's nothing left of the civilization today. Was it destroyed? Why? How?
I think the answer to that is Magla.
A war. One that all but destroyed the world past. But its destruction was born of the discovery of Magla. Or as you call it today, magic.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wonder what they battled over? Without the divided tribes, what could they have disagreed on?
Oh, just about everything.
They were racked by division over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness. They tried to destroy something invisible and destroyed only themselves. And any idea of absolute rightness is born of fear. That fear flooded the world and gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before.
The before times. The long, long agos.
Now called tribes were either born of artificial division for the sake of the war effort, or natural adaptation to survive the hellscape after.
Humanity was torn apart by fear and anxiety, giving rise to the tribes as we know them today.
Unbelievable. We've met plenty of people caught up in pointless conflicts. Given the choice, I know they'd rather live in a world without tribal division.
Yeah, but then they just find other things to divide over, like we do.
And yet the truth is, that world's already fallen apart. More than that, it's how we all got here.
Such drastic physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla, however, it was only a matter of a scant few centuries. You understand now, yes? We, the Elder, are the survivors of the old world. Our ancestors fled the flames of war and thus escaped the ensuing divisions.
I wonder if Forden had some inkling into this, and this is why he hated the Elda so much. That means the prince, that is to say, I, am a scion of both the old world and the new.
It beggars belief. Tis nothing short of astounding. But then, why do we know these monsters as humans?
By the war's end, both sides were consumed by fear. Their magical assaults escalated with each retaliation, until it was beyond all control. Our world became a hell. Rampant magla distorts the body and mind. By now, I'm sure you know that better than you ever wished to.
The melancholia, yep.
Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that succumbed to melancholia. Broken, horrifying testaments to their own mistakes in the war of magic. Some persist, breed, and multiply as any beast does. Others live centuries of agony before their lives burn out. Even we do not know the full scope of their nature.
Eesh.
Regardless, when the 8 tribes settled in this land, our claim to the human legacy was forgotten. To the people, the name only meant slavering, insane monsters. Therefore, we took on an alias instead. The same one by which we are known today. The Elder.
So, the old world couldn't control its magic, and... Wait. How does the Sanctus Church fit in? All this revisionist history to spread their magic igniters.
Indeed, what are magic igniters to you? Tools for the Church to shackle the people, perhaps? Or weapons that hide magic's true potential? Am I close to the mark?
Maybe.
In truth, it's the opposite. Igniters are tools made to limit magic. Restraints made in self-discipline, meant to avert a repeat of history's destructive mistakes.
Whoa. So... they're limiters? I thought they were focuses. It doesn't make any sense, because people can't do magic without them, right?
The Sanctus Church of today is muddied by greed. But its faith was born of good intentions. They once urged self-control, and thus control of one's personal magic. At times, they preached we must close our eyes to the truth when it would only lead us to ruin. By this benign tenet, history was obscured, and the Elder denounced.
God dang it. You know, turning your back on history just dooms you to repeat it. People should realize this by now.
I had no idea. There's a grim irony in that.
His Majesty only hid his son's ancestry to protect him. Yet in the end, that meant Forden could attack the village under any pretext he liked, his motives concealed.
With all that said, you have now reclaimed your true form. The friends that stand with you are of different tribes and ideologies, but of one mind. As you are now, you may walk the path of the rightful king. The path of a modern world, where the tribes walk as individuals, yet with mutual respect and cooperation.
Yeah, but getting people to trust me after the whole turning into a giant monster in front of everyone might be tricky.
The sovereign's power. Thou king to be, entrusted with the will of the people. To bear their hopes is to be their rock in the storm, and to face anxiety in their names.
Still don't know who this voice is, still think it's my mother. That's the awakening music.
Yet, anxiety itself is not something to blindly reject or desperately cast away. It begins with a simple thing, acknowledging its existence. Accept thy weakness, walk forward alongside it, and thou wilt grow strong and true in its company.
There's weakness in people. I'm sure there are many who would say that helping anyone in need is nothing but a fantasy.
And besides...
But realistic or not, I refuse to accept Louis's method as the alternative. The weak and those who dissent don't deserve to die out as though that's the natural order. Eh? Oh! What in the hell is that? Did I just get a freaking new archetype? Because it looks awesome. His Majesty. Studied the Prince archetype. Oh. My determination to challenge the unknown has awakened the heroic embodiment of the Prince.
Let's do it.
If no one understands me right away, I accept that. There will still be meaning in showing them my convictions in the fight to come.
Let's fight.
That is my mission.
That's it. I've made up my mind. I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding voice thing told me my duties were over. But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you, even if it is scary.
Good.
Even you've got to cope with anxiety, eh?
I've realized something in our travels. Anxiety can lead people astray. But overcoming it makes a person stronger. There's always anxiety in the unknown. I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand. That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect with their anxiety. Is that okay? From now on, it's not about orders. I'm with you, because I want to be.
I think I'm about to max rank Gallica here. I'm counting on you. Of course it is.
Yeah, I want you by my side until the end.
Same here. Stick close to me, okay?
Uh-huh. Aw, come on, that was the perfect time to max rank her.
Well, we're past the worst of it. But the problem remains. Luis's dark magic. We've seen it turn the boy into a monster. And no doubt he can do it again.
A forbidden spell, turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters. In other words, a destabilizing magic, turning a person's magla into a snarl beyond control. This man named Luis, he may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
Luis has been here? What do you know of him?
What do you wish to know?
Everything. What is this forbidden spell? Tell me about Luis. Tell me about Luis first.
Who exactly is Luis?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village.
But he's a Clamar, isn't he?
His knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts, they're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious. As it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius.
Wait.
A family of doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits.
Isn't that the name of his, Skyrunner?
The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait. What about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast quickly.
Well, maybe if he has the royal magic.
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
What do you wish to know?
Alright. What is this forbidden spell?
What is this forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of Magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control. That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the ancient war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer, and thus the power of magic is born.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all magic?
Man, that's a shitty magic source. Can't I just use crystals like most people?
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power. That is what we call magic.
Well, that explains why when we have people who are really anxious in a close-knit space, we get a thickening of the magla. Remember Yufa's church in the last couple episodes?
In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel. But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more magla from their hearts. Without the willpower to face your fear, the magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests.
Yep, I've seen that enough times.
The world embroiled in chaos. These outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
We've seen it time and time again.
It is the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's elder, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Oh, that's possible, yeah. Could he fire that thing at anybody and turn them into a monster?
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind.
Oh, shit.
If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster. Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome.
Plus, now we know what it is and how it works. It gives us a really good defense against it.
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred. If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge.
Is it really that simple?
Even if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Huh. You know what the archetypes are.
Who goes there?
Ah, there's Zorba, right?
Someone flees!
That's him. The malformed assassin who struck at the prince. He's bound for the woods.
After him!
I was wondering if we were gonna get a shot at him. Nurse is running, I just saw that. What the hell, man? The memorandum. Yeah, I'm gonna say there's probably some serious memorandum updates here. Yep. The truth of melancholyization. Magla particles are produced by feelings of anxiety when fear or apprehension become excessively strong. Unconscious feelings of hostility and the desire to eliminate the source of those feelings are transmitted into Magla, triggering an unintentional outburst of magic which can go rampant. Melancholyization is when creatures and surrounding objects undergo an irregular transformation due to this magical outburst. Although it is thought that severe melancholyization could alter even physical appearance of a subject could not occur outside wartime and present-day peace, there are actually increasing cases of melancholyization outside of people-occupied lands. It's unclear what is causing these unusual occurrences, as though the kingdom has been plagued with years-long anxiety. That's true. Igniters assist with the most difficult part of using magic, the process of accurately imagining the phenomenon one wishes to bring about. An igniter substitutes imagination with a formula in its circuits, making magic easier. This technology was created in the old world when people who had already discovered magic used igniters to amplify their power. Igniters and the technology that created them were lost in the aftermath of the War of Destruction and became forbidden as a result. But as people began to seek magic again, igniters were rediscovered and used in quite the opposite way they had originally been intended. Those in power disseminated them with the falsehood that they were a requirement for the use of magic, in an effort to prevent magic from becoming the destructive force it once was. Their collar-like form is a symbol of this. The truth of the relics. Originally highly advanced magic igniters, they were created with old world technology before the War of Destruction, rediscovered and passed down to the present. Each has various differing functions, though a majority were created as dangerous weapons of war. Yeah, we saw that with Nuris's plotline. Their capabilities and perils have hardly begun to be rediscovered, and many are treated in accordance with local superstition. Dude, there is so much to read all of a sudden. The truth of magic. A technique that uses Magla to intervene in the laws of physics. we're just gonna kind of go through these a little faster. Unless I see something I really want to stop and talk about. Simply a unit of measurement, okay. Luis's dark arts. Presumed to be functioned by force. Yeah, that's not, yep. Okay, got through that. The truth of humans. And Melicanized much of the old world's humankind to become what the world does as humans today. Oh. Wow. Yeah, history is probably gonna have one or two really interesting ones, right? Yep, the old world. And the war of destruction. And the truth of the Elder Tribe. Okay, cleared all that. Now let's get going.
Russell, is everyone safe? We are. We had no casualties, however. We were swept aside like pebbles, unworthy of even a glance. I could do nothing but watch. I was powerless against him.
No.
There was little else that could have been done. Responsible as they were for the downfall of the Resistance, any move we might have made would have resulted in needless sacrifices.
I believe the intruder sensed the power of the Prince's awakening and came to investigate. I don't know why he would have run away, but surely he had a plan. Tread carefully, please.
He's just walking off, huh?
You. Zorba.
So it was you behind the attack? Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar to yours. So I decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. There really is something stranger going on.
I should have put that new archetype on and seen what it does.
Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country is doomed.
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
Jeez.
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything he really wants.
What did you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your reedy frame.
Dang.
Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
Dude, he doesn't want to save anybody.
He is no imposter, fiend. His Highness has finally taken his first steps on the road to victory. Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. Because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
Sing it out, Hulkenberg, although I'd rather be doing this myself.
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse. And so I shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld, where they belong.
Fuck a duck! That looks familiar.
Bastard! I wondered why you ran away, but it was all to lure us straight to this monstrosity.
Keep your guard up. The Melancholia is fueling his magic power.
We've come too far to be stopped by something like him. Let's put our power on full display.
Wonder if this thing's still gonna be weak to wind. Oh! The power of your newly earned archetype, Prince, surges forth.
This guy shows up again just when we've unlocked some new power. Kinda feels like fate by now. Okay, time for a new fight. Stay on your toes.
Oh, Prince archetype unlocked. Prince is an archetype exclusive to the protagonist. You can now change it out as you wish. It can act as support for all synthesis skills. It has unique traits not found in other archetypes, but none of its skills can be transferred. Aww.
All right, let's take
That's minorly disappointing.
Zorba.
Damn. Hold on, all the syntheses are going off. Heroic Slash deals heavy physical slash damage to one enemy. Damage boosted against human types. Well, hold on. Physical, huh? Of course you had to be physical. Dang!
Even my strength will be needed.
That did damage.
Oh, souls of kings, give me strength.
Oh, he's got targets. He's got targets.
Heed me.
Ooh, there's a weakness in there.
Whenever. Place instant. Here I go.
There's a weakness in there. Alright.
I step. Let justice prevail. Not. I'm stepping back for all that we strive
Fall back.
for.
Take Holy Knights.
No, to the rear guard. We're looking good here.
I can do this. Come forth now. I destroyed it. I pray that
Something broke. Nice try, buddy.
Closing in.
Ah.
Follow my lead.
Oh my god. All the targets. All the targets. He's only got 3 left now, actually. That's a good question. Huh. Extreme inflicts the weakness. That's kind of what I want.
Let's do this.
2,000!
Is everyone all
that
right?
new weakness.
With blade in hand. Is that all?
Let's stay calm. Better be sure. I'm counting on you.
I pray you're ready. It is
Keep
your
abusing this weakness here.
Yuba hit their weakness. More apples? Quick, knock them off again.
Alright.
Getting away. All right.
Alright. Charge her up.
For all that we strive for.
Not now.
Actually, you pass.
Be time for some close combat. I'm all prepared.
What do I got? Extreme physical win to all enemies. That sounds awesome.
Strike true.
Everyone is counting on me.
Here I go.
That did some damage. Huh. Still gotta break that leg.
Heed me.
There we are.
Let's do this. I love this path.
So do I, buddy. Hold on.
To the front.
Move up. I actually could frenzy here. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, the wreckage is right.
I defer to you.
Oh, I should have just used my skill. Great, now he's gonna get somebody freaked.
Quick, knock them off again. Regenerate the head.
Okay, he's wasting turns regenerating.
Legs are back to normal. We'd only just taken them out.
Really, dude? Better not heal a shit ton here.
Healed. We've got to do something about those apples. Oh God! Nice.
Barely doing any damage, my man.
Let me handle those apples.
All right. Sure, go for it. I mean, we've already murdered most of them, and they just keep coming back.
Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. Get in
I'll
there.
get some distance. Charging in. Sprint! I'll cut through.
That is good damage.
It is your turn.
And there's a free weakness hit.
I'm ready. Place instant. This here I go. Getting away.
No,
Here I
fall
go.
back. Charge her up.
I with blade in hand.
Kinda wish I actually had something to do with this.
I stand waiting.
Behold, falling back. Forward! Come forth, royal soul! The blade's edge!
Just keep beating on him. Yep. Trade in turn icons. And then just let him waste all his attacks on Hulkenberg. Sounds good to me. Oh, the counter makes him lose all his turns. Oh, poor baby.
Yeah, Yuba hit their weakness.
Staying safe. To the front. Let's split the bets.
All right.
Let my
Goodbye.
I'll slice you.
2,000. Splat. Whoo, that's a crap ton of mag.
To ever greater heights.
Oh god, this thing needs to rank up. Of course it does.
I shall strive.
Oh god.
Does it seem that
I'm better and stronger.
This thing's gonna be so freaking expensive to rank up.
The bastard got away.
Mm-hmm.
I say, you chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on even footing with a human.
Dude, you act like it's the first time we've done that. Come on.
I'd hoped as much. You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe. We've certainly taken these powers a long way. Maybe we thought ourselves invincible. But don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
Yep.
Still, what's our next move? The people think you a monster. Will not find any public backing like this.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both, heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water and fire, in condemned conflux. When the day comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice. And that, he said, is why we fight.
In his own words, huh? We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't turn from this.
Right.
Years of prejudice won't go away overnight. Nothing could accomplish that. But if we don't believe things can change, they never will.
come what may, my life is a shield raised in your highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
Dude, I was long since prepared. Let us fight together.
We fight him together.
Yes. By our efforts, we will stop Luis's reign.
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
We've lost too many lives along this journey. And if Luis had his way with the world, such partings would become all too common. We have to stop him.
Look, I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's about what it comes down to. Yes.
Dagnabbit. Did it to me again. That's optimistic. I hope you'll sing a victory song. Yeah, I would have picked this anyway.
Yeah. It's not gonna be easy. But we work best under pressure anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate. Your mother, she loved your father and you with all her heart. The injustice that befell this village is not your fault. But listen well. Once you leave this village, you cannot return until you have fulfilled your ambitions.
Fair.
After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenges, you'll have to face them yourself. The world's fate is in your hands. Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failures.
Mm-hmm. I will. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. For everything.
Our final battle lies ahead. We cannot lose. Yes, before all else, His Highness has only just awoken. Let us rest in the gauntlet runner for today, and advance to the royal capital tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. This should be interesting. Oh dear, oh dear. How's this gonna play out?
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I was convinced we'd been together for a long time. But I can't believe we've only just met.
Can we finally bond now, Gallica? I feel like you and I have just been languishing here.
The beginning of my journey may have been a false memory. But my journey with you and the memories we've made, those are all real. Well, guess I'm repeating myself. But I'm glad we're working together.
Likewise. Stay beside me forever.
Likewise. I'm glad to be your ally.
Interesting, I don't have the accent anymore.
Yep. Though, I guess our toughest challenge is next.
Having overcome her trial, I can sense a newfound conviction from Gallica as both an ally and a friend. Finally!
The mystical fairy, Gallica. She who still keeps the virtues of the mage. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
Oh, finally! There we are, max rank Gallica.
Tomorrow in front of us.
So I can get
I'm gonna lead the way.
Elemental Master and Warlock, and during squad battles, you may just randomly get extra turn icons. This is probably the reason why she's been so late, is because of that ability. There they are. Oh god, look, the prince. There's the prince icons right at the head. We're gonna have to pit stop in Academia here to see what these are.
When things get tough, remember this magic.
Aw.
The music meant for you will play in your head.
Thanks, Gallica, for the soundtrack. This is the magic of music that Gallica cast for me once. Now that I think about it, it may have helped me in ways I never realized.
By the way, the chiefess told me something about your novel. Apparently your parents gave you that book when you were still just a kid.
Huh.
I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it. What they hoped for you, I guess. I suppose you'll have to find out for yourself.
The book is the legacy of my parents, the late King of Uchronia and the Queen of the Elden Sanctum. Perhaps the utopia depicted in this book wasn't a mere fantasy, but ideas of the old world passed down in the Sanctum.
The part we're reading today is the last chapter. It's about the ruler of this ideal world. Let's read it together.
I'm about to finish my fan fiction.
The last chapter is about the ruler of a utopia. The one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will. To maintain justice in this world, there are innumerable obstacles to overcome. Yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to follow. A utopia is not the creation of a single mind or a single power. It is a world shaped by all its people. The last part sounds a little more metaphorical. There's a little more. However, even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is right. What is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? None have yet found the answers to these questions.
The true utopia has never been achieved. The so-called utopia depicted within the novel was based on the old world, but it fell into ruin and was destroyed by war. So if this book traces the trajectory of the old world, are these truly the ideals we're striving for? It seems rather the opposite.
So even the author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough questions and struggles to face yourself.
Yep.
Lady Gruade mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village. But little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken. He didn't lift a finger to stop the church's rise to power. With that in mind, I can honestly see why people would be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel, but he's devoted to them. Unshakable, even. But we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Even if I were to win the throne. There's no guarantee my idealistic vision could ever become a reality.
Right.
And yet, what choice is there but to believe in them and fight on? The alternative is to accept that nothing will change.
You've got the power to change the world. And the one who gave it to you was, well, yourself.
True.
And that's what I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission. And I'm going to see it through.
Mm-hmm. After discussing the novel and our ideals with Galka, I closed my eyes. I need a nap. Hmm? Oh yeah, let's go talk to Moore. I'm sure he's gonna be thrilled here. Academia. It seems that I've been summoned by Moore in a dream.
I saw what happened. So, you found a way to unequivocally shape your destiny.
And what about you, my good man?
As far as I know, there is no record of your newly acquired archetype ever being used, even in ancient times.
Huh.
An archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty. Indeed, a power of legend. I once said that to be Elder was your inescapable fate. However, it seems the truth was more complex than that. Magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety, and archetypes are its essence. They are manifestations of a resolve capable of heroic virtue. So then, what do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate a person must bear?
Probably their own death.
The foremost fate? Not really sure, but for me to be me, and for you to be you? Or something like that.
Indeed. It is birth that is inescapable. You cannot choose who you are born to, and once your familial place is determined, that fate cannot be changed.
I suppose that's true.
Yet by some strange tangle of destiny, you were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. By your own will, you were born again as a prince. Do you understand? You stand on the threshold of truly becoming a ruler.
Still gotta win the people's favor and, knock Luis off his high horse first.
Not as an unearned title of bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people. You have taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self. That is what it truly means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that has awakened within you. What glorious coincidence indeed, that I, as a scholar of archetypes, might cross paths with and witness such a remarkably fated boy. It almost bespeaks...
Indeed. 'Tis his hands that bear our fate.
Wait, Moore's hearing the voice now?
Who? I remember. I know that I know this voice. Had I forgotten it all this time?
My god, is it the cat? I swear to god if it's the cat.
Yes. I swear I've heard it before.
I know, I'm joking.
I let it slip from my mind.
It'd be hilarious if it was the cat, but there's no way it's the cat.
Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak. Who are you? Why have you awakened this boy to his power?
If it is answers you seek, then go and claim them.
Are you? Could you be?
Come on.
As for you, I bid thee awaken. Move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy place at the final proving of the ascension of kings.
My consciousness faded away and I was sent back to sleep. God dang it. I'm reminded that Moore was the author of the fantasy novel. Has Moore visited the ancient Elden Sanctum?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Aw, look, the picture changed! It's us and Gallica snoozing on our pillow. That's cool. I like that.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
All this royalty. It always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
'Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people living in a shared world.
Yep.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
We're all gonna die! Stand strong to the end. Don't get restless back there. Stand strong.
We can't give up. Stand strong to the end.
Of course. No way we're losing here. I've got the fire in my eyes now.
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask you one more thing?
Sure.
Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
No. To protect the country and its people. I don't care for honor. Some coin would be nice now.
I want to protect this country and its people.
'Tis the answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be.
All right, let's head back to the capital and see how this goes. All right, that's the play here. Head to Grand Trod.
Let's move.
We'll stop Louis this time for sure.
You see?
Will we? Will we? I doubt all in Grand Trod will give us a warm reception. Still, should we choose not to fight, then Luis's victims only pile higher.
Yeah.
Easy to say will help anyone, but doing it's got a whole nother thing. All the more reason we gotta prove we're serious by putting our lives on the line. We'll lead by example. Besides, it won't be the first time we've crawled our way up from the bottom. That's true. Now, am I gonna get an actual hangout this time?
After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths. Their arch-enemy, Luis, already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
Meanwhile,
the boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Hang on. The Council of Doom is missing somebody.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general. The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position.
Oof.
Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
Sad.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
I'm gonna be honest, I would not be surprised if Louis just walks in the next couple voice lines.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Oh, Batlin? You're not who I was expecting to see.
Who are you?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
Oh? Now I'm curious. What have you got planned, Batlin?
Well then, let us depart. Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elven village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected. Resurrected? Yes, and what's more,
And don't mind me, just tell him about everything.
the boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla.
Oh, fuck. We just gave him a freaking idea, didn't we?
Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Nemesis?
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you? Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
More power? Dude, any more power and you'll probably blow up. Or turn into a monster.
We'll
more of a
soon
monster.
be arriving above the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Oh.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured, that old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
So that's going to be the final dungeon, huh? The royal palace?
Understood.
On top of the king's head?
Let the final banquet begin.
The final banquet? The hell is he planning? Whatever it is, it's not going to be good. Man, that's a long load screen. Hey, look, it's us!
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of reef.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Yep.
Oh no, of course not. I'm just saying.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
Well, well, Batlin.
A sanctus bigwig gambling away his tithes? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I tell you.
Yeah, trying to tell people the truth about that one's gonna suck.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Look at the big brain on Batlin.
Oi, churchman. You saying Count Luis lied to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that?
Oh. He knows.
Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another?
Because he's making them.
Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about? Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows.
Sheesh.
You'll die just like Forden.
If I didn't know better, I think the people are really beginning to succumb to melancholia en masse. And it's rather concerning.
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
I'm right. The whole country is slipping into melancholia.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be.
All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Oh shit. Luis stands alone in the frickin' king's eye. That's not good. You know, I worked so hard to get second place, too.
The royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless? This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Oh shit. The hell does he want that thing for?
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Nope.
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken old man.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Don't give it to him. Please don't give it to him.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets?
Oh?
Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it?
Mm-hmm.
Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic.
Ah, dick.
Huh. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin.
I imagine it's something along the lines of harnessing all the magla that the people in Squalor are making.
In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
Oh. Motherfucker, he is an Elder.
Elder?
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart. And yet,
whoa.
What happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Dude, look at Luis's face. He looks beyond pissed right now. Also, it really has just been petty revenge this whole time.
Oh.
You cannot stop me any longer. Nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Oh, shit. Damn it, King! No, don't let him in! Oh, fuck me squared. That's bad.
Snatching victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Trang. But they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
Oh boy, here we go. Damn it, King.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Isn't that... Oi! That monster boy's come back!
Oh boy.
Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
No, this is straight up Luis doing something.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
Probably not.
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns! Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored!
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why in His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Cause he's an imposter! Just like Count Luis said! You're not fool us again, beast!
God damn it.
Oi, calm down. At least listen.
And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one.
Oof.
He took in a parapus like you, and you spit on him, scum.
Oh yeah? What about where's the other Magnus brother?
Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince?
Yeesh.
Lady Juno, I can't believe this. I admired you. Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince?
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief! Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame. Shame!
Sheesh.
Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you! How dare you strike out at him? They're all traitors, I say!
Lord, these people have lost their goddamn minds to the melancholia.
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pike soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
Great.
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
I mean, you really want to try, it'll end very freaking badly for you.
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Oi, over here!
Batlin?
Don't bother with them. No talking this one out. You need to run, now!
Oh my goodness. Oh what, we're just gonna leave the Gauntlet
We weren't away from
Runner?
the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
Yeah, about that.
No, that's not.
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other. How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue.
Yeah.
Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're
Sigh.
stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I have my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt.
Yeah, but he doesn't need just an elder, he can do it to anyone.
This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest?
No.
The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. Yeah, I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing.
hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Oh. What if that's Luis's plan all along? What if he's been trying to whip the freaking country into a frenzy to generate as much Magla as possible, just so we could use the Royal Igniter to do something really fucking diabolical?
Kind of ironic, but we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
Huh.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
Okay.
Nurse is heading back to the Gauntlet Runner. It seems like the city's calmed down. At least a tiny bit. They'd have a hard time making a Gauntlet Runner, but we still shouldn't chance it.
All right.
We should make our way over to the Hushed Honeybee. Everyone else has already gone ahead.
Yeah, let's go. Hold on. I see a memorandum update. I see several. One. Melicanized red skies, huh? The riots and numerous outbreaks of humans have induced such anxiety to the people that their resulting Magla has seeped into the atmosphere, causing the sky to enter a state of magical disarray. The turbulent weather exacerbates people's anxiety, which in turn causes inclement weather with an ominously colored overcast sky. Oh, lovely! It's considered inclement weather. Just bonus pain and suffering, no less. The truth of archetypes. A fundamental process in magic is invocation, the precise envisioning of a phenomenon that brings it into being. Realizing an archetype is a highly advanced version of this technique, requiring an even greater process of clarity of a greater number of phenomenon. But this alone is insufficient. Fully manifesting an archetype requires the user give vivid form to their intentions, a depiction of their ideals, a distilled representation of their own desire, their own will, to change the world. There's no higher form of magic. To invoke such magic distills the physical self into a magical existence, a super being capable of handling these phenomena with ease. However, it is impossible to fully contemplate the extremely complex notion of character through imagination alone. To fully comprehend that character requires discovering it from the real world. The psyche of man is multifaceted, and one must truly acknowledge and attempt that even within the self exists an unconscious aspect of the mind. Whew. It is thus more accurate to say that the power is a result of heroic virtue and revolutionary spirit that awakens within a person undergoing adversity, rather than to call it a skill gained through disciplined training. And the people. This is the long one. Oh, and Gallica. Yep. Gallica's finished. While I'm in here, let's peek at this prince. Ooh. What do we got? Heroes Proving. That's disgusting. Heavy magic light to all enemies. That's good. Adds 4 turn icons. Can only be used once per battle. That's fine. Resist all. It has a resist all. It's already got no weaknesses. Then it's just gonna resist everything. Royal Slash. And then, good lord. Huh. Wild. Oh, right. Also wanted to look at the magic. Wait, what's this one take? Assassin of 10. Son of a bitch. Could get this. This just basically gives the heavy skills. Halves MP cost of synthesis. That's disgusting. Lucy, I'm home!
Everyone, I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Since you left, Luisa's following has only grown.
Have you changed? You're still the same person, aren't you?
Yes, I am, Maria.
'Tis quite a story, but it deserves explaining. I only hope you can believe us.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long discussion. It's gonna take us all day.
Alright, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I had thought all this business with declaring yourself the prince was a well-meaning bluff.
So did I, for a minute.
But under the deception, you were, in fact, the actual prince. Is that right? Still, I mean, how do you get the whole country to believe your story? Is that even possible?
Frankly, I doubt it. We've just seen firsthand how far we'll get trying to talk the people down.
Then what will you do if this goes on?
But you're still you, yes?
Yes, I'm still me.
You came to help everyone, just like you helped me before, right?
Right. That's right. I'll figure something out.
Yes, that's right. It'll all turn out fine.
Good.
I see. So, even if no one believes you, you're still determined to settle the score with Luis head on?
Mm-hmm.
Even so, the gulf between us is wider than ever. The people have all but named him their champion. With so little time, a guileless appeal to the public may fall on deaf ears.
Hard luck for the honest knight. And not much room left for civil debate now that Luis is openly advocating killing his opposition.
Yeah.
Well, that ship sailed when the king's magic faded. Anyway, if there is a key to turning the tide, first place I'd look is the castle in the sky.
Hmm.
You saw how violent and volatile the city folk are now, but I don't think it's as simple as fearing Luis. I've been keeping an eye on the royal capital while you were off on your jaunt through the woods. Frankly, the change in public sentiment was too sudden, unnatural.
Yep, Luis is doing something weird.
It's as if they've been collectively drained of their sanity, and if I had to guess what's causing it...
You're implying it's Luis's doing? All the eeriness in the sky. Is that because...
Uh-huh.
Don't know, but the change in the citizens is certainly odd. If something really is forcing it, that means we might still have a chance to fix it.
What Luis is doing in the royal palace, whether or not he truly desires a world overrun by humans, we won't know his mind until we confront him.
On the other hand, it may well be bait for a trap.
There's gotta be something up there.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that. What was the other thing? We have no other choice.
Then it's settled. Head to the royal palace and put a stop to whatever Luis is cooking up. With that Skyrunner, you're the only ones who can. And we'll fight in the ways we can too. We'll make sure the whole kingdom hears that the real prince is back after all the strife he's been through.
Thanks, guys.
Indeed. If you can make things better, you might just inspire everyone to remember their own hopes and dreams. Maria's been terribly patient, waiting for you and believing in you. It'd be nice to see her smile again.
Right.
Mm-hmm. If Luis is behind all these disturbances, then stopping him will only help us in the approval ratings. If we can restore civility and rational thought, it'll pave the way to defeating Luis. We must press on with faith in that.
I'll always believe in you. We'll all do our best, so you can be a good king.
Indeed. If we win, I suppose you really will be king.
Oh man, you had to say something like that. Now I'm all nervous.
We're counting on you, O king.
'Tis too late today for a grand charge, I fear. Let us take a night's rest, and on the morrow, we make for the castle.
Oh, lucky us. How's that going to go? I wonder.
What to pick?
Well, my friends, I think today we have done some good work, but that's all the time I have. If you have enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more fantastical racism. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.